Put some respect on my name. You understand me? When y'all say my name, put some respect on it.
Turn up the headphones a little bit. Hey. ISO. Let's get it. Whoa. Clear out the room, I'm coming through. They wanna see what I'm about. Yeah, I got skills, do it for the thrill. I'm on a paper route. Extra, read about it. I'm today's trending topic. I put commas over bullshit. Yeah, I put that on mamas. They tryna block all my blessings. They thought I lost the snapping. I bet on me and my team. ISO is what I'm rapping. Put on for the whole city. Yeah, I got them rocking with me. I bet on me and my team. ISO is what I'm rapping.
Sending emojis. I'm blowing a pack of that OG. Don't be acting like you know me. And if you did, that's the old me. Winter time, rock a cold fleece. Pocket fat, that's obese. Only talking money if it's increased. She give me brain, girl, no teeth. I touch down, bust down. She busted open for a real day. Stay tommied up, trying to build it up, trying to count it up, hill figures. Don't be chillin' with no lil, no. And if I do, I be real with them. Chase a dream, that's the meal ticket. ISO gang, yeah, they still with us. I put it in motion, it got me steady. Thoughts on my mind, it's weighing heavy. Watch how I shine, tell them I'm ready. I'm hitting my stride, let's get to the fetty. I was just sitting back watching them fold. Racks on me now, yeah, it's looking swole. I hold it down and I got my own. Keeping it grown, we back to the bone. Yeah, flying flashy, ayy, ayy. We too fancy, ayy, ayy. Can't walk past me, ayy, ayy. Right up your alley, wait. I gotta play it safe. Watch me isolate, watch me isolate, ayy. Watch me isolate. Whoa. Clear out the room, I'm coming through. They wanna see what I'm about. Yeah, I got skills, do it for the thrill. I'm on a paper route. Extra, read about it. I'm today's trending topic. I put commas over bullshit. Yeah, I put that on mamas. They tryna block all my blessings. They thought I lost the stepping. I bet on me and my team. ISO is what I'm rapping. Put on for the whole city. Yeah, I got them rocking with me. I bet on me and my team. ISO is what I'm rapping.
Put some respect on my name. You understand me? When y'all say my name, put some respect on it.
Major show alert! You're now locked in to Trucking with Loshawn Parks podcast show. Come on, tell them about all the places you've gone to. Breaking down the trucking industry from entrepreneurship, fleet building, and money management.
I got a hustler spirit, I get it.
Whether you a new CDL driver or a veteran who's been doing it for years.
Took it to another level.
Whoa.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it.
Bring them out.
Now here's your host, Loshawn Parks.
Ride with us.
Let's go.
My shit glitching. My shit was glitching, wasn't it? Yikes. It is what it is. Welcome to another edition of the Trucking with Loshawn Parks podcast show. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. All right. And to those that are catching this on the replay, welcome. To those that are catching this live, hello as well. And as usual, we always say,
hello, motherfucker.
Yeah, hello, mother lovers. All right, I didn't say it. She said it. All right. Make sure that if you're new around here that you do like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you hit the bell so you get notifications of when I put out new content or when I do drop live podcast shows such as the one we are about to get into here today. All right, call of action. I appreciate it if each and every one of you would hit the like button right now so that we don't have to get into the part of the show where the interaction isn't there, the engagement isn't there, you guys aren't hitting the like buttons, and then I got to do what I got to do, and that's pause the show until I see interaction. So do everybody a favor, do me a solid, hit the like button. It's absolutely free. It costs you no money. How things work around here is if you have a question in the comment section, to get my attention, two ways go about doing this. One is Super Chat, right? Super Chat highlights your comment, your question. I read it out loud right here on the platform, and I give you an answer to your question or comment, right? Another way is to become a channel member. Simply how you go about doing this, right there near the subscribe button. If you back out of the chat, there will be a member. I think it is to be a member or to join as a member. You can click on that. Membership on this channel is $15 a month. That's 50 cents a day, all right? Channel members, I do read their comments, especially if they have questions. I bring it to the forefront. They do have just as much power as individuals who send in a super chat, right? So your call, however you want to do it, right? But I do appreciate you for supporting the show. And it looks like the music might have came in hot on the intro. I apologize. It looks like somebody has been touching my board over here. So I'm having to make subtle adjustments as we go. Right. So what I'm going to do at the moment in time before we get the show started, I do want to get a mic check. All right. As y'all can see, I put the mic back up in the air. All right. So let me know. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Is the mic sounding nice? Let me know down in the chat. I would appreciate that. I'm also going to give my shout outs to my first commenters as usual, as I always do while people are starting to step in the building. Jason Young, I see you in here. Danny, I see you. Mario Caldwell, what up, bro? Trucker Boy Duty, what's good, man? Larry Mobile's Detailing. Z Simply Hauling, my man, what's good, man? How you been? Hope everything's been well with you, man. James Moore, Raphael. Who else we got in here? Jesus Torres, what's good? Raphael, I think I got you. That's twice. So Raphael got his name twice. TV Trucking. Rashad, Italian Stallion. I like that name. That's pretty dope. I must say. And appreciate that Italian Stallion for telling me Mike is nice as ice. Appreciate that, man. I know I had to adjust my sounds though. Those things is per the trackboard coming in extremely hot, so I had to do that. Anthony, I see you as well. JJ was good. Elite Fleet LLC, I see you as well in here. That's a good name, Elite Fleet LLC, because that's what we're going to be talking about. M Silver Trucking LLC, I see you stepped in as well. All right. So those are the first people that I see that comment. You too can be a part of the show by me, giving you a shout out and your name. All you got to do is be one to comment when I do the roll call section, if you will. That's what it is. Eddie, I see you as well, and Craig. Larry Young, stepping in. Make sure that when y'all are stepping in here that y'all are hitting the like button, though. That helps me out larger than what you guys know. Speaking of, before we get into our show, which we're going to get into here very, very shortly, I've been contemplating, hope everybody had a great weekend, by the way. I've been contemplating how I want to expand my horizons as far as growing my channel, of course, okay? As a content creator, you're always looking for ways that you can expand your channel for growth, okay? And I've been playing around with the idea of, wanting to put out some pre-recorded videos, maybe 10, 15 minutes, speaking about some things, maybe even potentially, I don't know, vlog in, I don't know, okay? Still playing around with it a little bit, but what All right, there we go. Signal is back. Jesus Christ, man. We did have a storm here in the Charlotte area, so that could be playing a part on the signal. All right, so just please bear with my signal today. But what I was saying is that by me doing these lives, with it being a double-edged sword of me doing these live podcasts, is that per YouTube, how YouTube views this, their algorithm, is that this does not help my channel with growth at all, right? The only way that me doing these podcasts would help with growth of my channel is if you guys, as the subscribers or as the viewers, would share the video out, okay? Or, for instance, like the video, okay? Interact with the video, leave comments once the video has rendered if you're watching it back on the playback, and watch time, Okay, that's the biggest key for YouTube algorithm is watch time. So engagement, keeping people engaged. How long can you keep them engaged on your video? Well, being that I do a podcast show where it is freaking 2 hours long, will most of the audience or crowd participate for 2 hours? Probably not. Okay. Per my numbers is most people engage in these videos for about 13 to 15 minutes. And then they click off and they go elsewhere. And I get it, right? Because most people, when they're searching for stuff on YouTube, they're looking for something to get to the point relatively quickly. And podcast shows just don't work that way, right? Podcast shows are more so interaction with the crowd, me speaking, me opening up my line for you guys to call in. And sometimes the way YouTube views it is that they're not going to push that content because it doesn't seem like a lot of people are sticking around to watch it past X amount of time, right? So with that being said, what we have to do as content creators is kind of like figure out the happy medium, how to play the algorithm game, if you will. And so the only way that I could think of playing the algorithm game with them is that I do have to drop some short content videos. And then these are going to be more so of a workshop, if you will. Okay. It still will be a podcast, but these technically do not help my channel at all by me doing these podcasts at all. In a sense, it hurts me. Okay. As far as the algorithm goes. Now, as far as you guys go, and as far as I'm concerned, it's great interaction, and it is building information to help you guys succeed and be successful. And I love that part. Okay. But still, all in all, you got to find a happy medium, right? So I would be lying if I said that I didn't want my channel to grow, because then at the end of the day, what would I be doing? What's the whole purpose of me doing it for? You know what I mean? I don't do it to try to get famous or any of that. I'm trying to reach a mass group of people to help, if you will, as much as I can. Okay. At the end of the day, regardless of if I give you the blueprint, it's still up to you to put the work in. Right. And we need to make sure that that's understood. All right. So I could sit here and talk to y'all for 2 hours and you could bomb out and not be any good because of your work ethic or because of you not hustling or putting the stuff that I put out there to full use. All right. So just keep that in mind. All right. Keep that in mind. All right. So let's get into our subject here today. 15-minute mark. Before I start, you guys know that I like to play a video that I seen, something dope that I seen for the week or for the weekend, being that it was the weekend. I had a video, but I couldn't seem to upload it. So with that being said, I think what I want to do is play a older video that I had uploaded, and I still think that it holds value because maybe I should just play this every day, right? Because it's that dope, right? Let's listen to the beautiful being footage.
If my man's with me from day one and he supported me when nobody else did, I'm gonna make sure that anytime he ever around me, he never gonna go without. What the fuck do I look like treating my brother like something he ain't ever seen before because we out in front of people we don't even know? If I'm out of the restaurant and I'm ordering steak, I'm not about to let my mans order chicken fingers because of his situation. That's lame. I'm never gonna outshine my brothers. If we ever together, nobody gonna know who the man is. That's how shit should be. That's what loyalty.
Let's just kill that. It could be that I have the freaking, I wonder if this happens, if I close this out. Might work. Let's see. It might be because I have the screen share going. Let me cut that out. All right. Let's see if we still have that same problem. Let's try to run that video back one more time.
If my man's with me from day one and he supported me when nobody else did, I'm gonna make sure that anytime he ever around me, he never gonna go without. What the fuck do I look like treating my brother like something he ain't ever seen before because we out in front of people we don't even know? If I'm out of the restaurant and I'm ordering steak, I'm not about to let my mans order chicken fingers because of his situation. That's lame. I'm never gonna outshine my brothers. If we ever together, nobody gonna know who the man is. That's how shit should be. That's what loyalty look like to me.
Yee. Sheesh. I can't get enough of that. I don't know about the rest of y'all that watch this in the comment section. I don't know. I can't get enough of watching that. I could watch that, like I said before, I could watch that 1,000 times, man, because it's genuine. It's genuine. All right, it's genuine. All right, so let's get into our topic here. All right, and bring it back up just in case you are walking in late. You don't know what we're talking about. This is what we're speaking about. How I structured my trucking LLC. All right, and to some of you guys, this is going to be valuable. Some of you guys are going to look at it like, I've already created my LLC. Shit. What can I do? What can I change at this point in stage of me already having my LLC? All right. And in this, what I'm going to not only talk about is the LLC portion, but I will also talk about, you know, the S Corp, the C Corp. When should you probably become an S Corp if you're considering an S Corp? What dollar amount is typically standard for knowing if you qualify to be an S Corp? All right. Because I believe that is a misconception that a lot of people do have. And they're not quite sure in the trucking industry which one they should be. Right. It's different ways that you can file, different ways that you can set up your structure. And not everybody knows what the proper way is of doing it. Now, disclosure or disclaimer, I should probably say, I'm no CPA. All right. I didn't go to school to be a certified public accountant. So what I'm going to be giving you guys is what I've gone through. Okay. In 8 years of being in the trucking industry, as far as being an LLC holder, even a S Corp holder. All right. So it's not, what I can tell you is this is how mine is and what I've dealt with. I still would advise that you run it past your CPA and have your CPA advise you on the proper way of structuring your LLC. But this will give you a ballpark so that when you are speaking with your CPA, they know kind of like what type of angle you're trying to take, opposed to you just being lost in the sauce. All right. Pull my comment section back up again. All right, let's get it popping. So I created my LLC. I've had 2 LLCs, excuse me. No, actually, freak. I've had like 4 LLCs. All right. My first LLC that I ever had was called On Point Logistics LLC. And I had that when I was with Prime. Okay. Prime set that one up for me. I was new to the whole needing to have an LLC and all this other stuff. So kind of greenhorn, didn't know really what to do. Just, they said that they was going to handle it for me. And I took word for that. All right. So when they set it up, it was through a company called Abacus. All right. Abacus is a CPA company who specializes in business structuring, doing taxes for you, things of this nature. All right, by you having an LLC. All right. In case some of you guys don't know what LLC stands for, limited liability company. All right. And it means just exactly that. All right. No ifs, ands, in betweens. Don't try to add nothing to it. It's exactly in the sense of what the 3 words is. Limited liability company. All right. Some people believe by them getting an LLC that this covers their ass as far as the truck, their business. And here is the reality, hardcore reality to you having an LLC, is that your coverage is really not there, especially if you are the driver as well of your company or said vehicle that you're driving as a truck driver. All right. It really doesn't cover a lot, because let's just say that you get into an accident down the freeway, interstate, and you have an LLC, and you believe that, oh, well, my LLC has me covered, right? So that they're not going to sue me personally. Well, you're sadly mistaken. Super Chat just came through. Let's bring it to the forefront. From Marcus Wilson, $10 Super Chat. He says, just wanted to say I've been enjoying your videos and learning a lot. Keep doing what you do, and much love. Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for the Super Chat, Marcus. Truly a blessing. Truly a blessing. Thank you so much. So back to what I was saying, it doesn't cover you as what you may think it does, right? If you're driving that truck and it is your LLC, so example would be, like I said, I use myself as the example. When I was at Prime, I had On Point Logistics LLC. Well, I'm also the driver of On Point Logistics LLC. So I go out here and I get into an accident on the interstate, crash up something, create bodily injury to a four-wheeler or another person. They can sue two ways, right? They can sue you as the driver, and they can sue your LLC. Now, here's the problem. You have no coverage there, right? You're about to get sued all the way around the spectrum, all the way around it. You're about to get sued individually because you are the driver. Then you're going to get sued on your company side, which is your LLC. So there's no coverage there for you. This is why I tell you that it is a limited liability company. The only way that if you have an LLC that you as the owner of that company does not get hurt, meaning personally, is if you're not the driver of the truck, meaning that you have a driver in the truck. Okay? 9 times out of 10, if you have one of these accidents, the people are not typically going to sue the driver unless that driver is a wealthy individual. Because as the saying goes, you can't get blood from a turnip, right? You can't get nothing from nothing. So if that driver doesn't have any valuables, or isn't valuable, I should say, have properties, cars, assets is what we're talking about here. They don't have assets, then you're essentially trying to sue a poor person, and you're going to get nothing out of it. It's going to cost you more than what you're going to gain, because you got to get an attorney involved, court fees, all this jazz, right? So typically what happens is they will skate past the driver and go over to the LLC. Okay? They want to go to where they can try to get some money from. But here's the problem. If you're the driver of the LLC and you are the LLC, well, then you're screwed all the way around, right? Because they're going to get you the front and on your back. For lack of better words, they're going to get you all the way around, man. You can't avoid it. But can you? There are certain ways that you can avoid situations like this to protect yourself. They are called umbrella policies. Okay? You can go out and get your own individual umbrella policy to cover your personal side. So you go out and get $2 million coverage on your house, your cars, anything asset that you own, have an umbrella policy. So in case this does happen, and you are the driver of your company, you are covered as far as on your personal side. Now they can come, you have a $2 million coverage there. Anything past $2 million, if you just created some major damage, then that's as far as the insurance is going to cover. After that, then they're going to start needing you to liquidate assets if you have any, if it costs us more than that. All right. So you can get an umbrella policy and you can get an umbrella policy on both personal side and on your business side to cover things that you have. Now, would it be advised that you get an umbrella on your LLC side if you do not have any assets? Probably not, right? Once again, it refers back to the point of if you have nothing to get, then there's nothing to lose, right? So for instance, if you're leasing trucks and you don't own them, i.e. in my situation, there's nothing to get. I don't have, it's not asset based, right? So if I was to have a situation like that and they wanted to try to sue Parks Motor Group, LLC, well, they couldn't get the trucks. Why? Because these aren't my trucks. I leased them. These aren't assets that I could sell off. Okay. They belong to a third party, and the third party has nothing to do with it. You can't sue down to the third party, or you can't make the third party sell the truck. Right. So this is the reason why I like my structure of why I do what I do with leasing, is because with some folks, they like asset basis. I'm all, it's Monday, work with me. They like asset base. They like having assets as a business. Nothing wrong with that. All right. Me personally, in a risky business such as trucking, I don't want to have my assets on the line for in case a driver that is under my contract, or if I have my authority, ruins for me to where now I'm getting taken for all of my equipment for a foolish decision that driver decided to do. So this is the point and the reason why I keep my stuff to where it isn't asset based, because I can't lose my fleet if one driver crashes up. Now, will I lose that truck? It'd be total loss. Yeah, but insurance deals with that, right? But if somebody wants to come and sue, the only thing that they could sue for is basically liquid assets. They can try to go for cash. But once again, if you have an umbrella, $2 million umbrella to protect your capital within inside your business, then that's the first thing that they would have to go and hit, right? Where your umbrella would cover that. So then your liquid cash that you have in your business isn't destroyed. All right. My man Just Phil send me a super chat as well, $4.99. Appreciate that. If an incident occurs, what is the process for the insurance covering the lawsuit damage or / damage? Good question. Appreciate it, Phil. I'm gonna answer that there for you. Give you a round of applause first. All right, so I've dealt with this already with one of my trucks being a rollover in total loss. So the process for insurance to cover, well, I haven't dealt with as far as like lawsuit, right? Because I haven't dealt with fatalities or destruction to another individual's property. The only situations I dealt with, I've had 2 rollovers, and both of those rollovers were just truck involved in trailer. It didn't deal with another vehicle or another person. It just dealt with the drivers that was in the truck and the truck itself. So I would like to say, as far as with them covering the lawsuit, an investigation, of course, is going to take place. They're going to investigate. They're going to want to pull records and all this other stuff. And, you have to, get lawyered up, of course, right? And you have to prove in the lawsuit that you were not guilty, or to prove your innocence, however you want to look at it. So I do believe that when it comes, like I said, I haven't dealt with a lawsuit at all. Knock on wood, and I got wood desk right here. I haven't dealt with a lawsuit, and I hope to not have to deal with one. Okay. If I ever do have to deal with one, I definitely will bring you guys content and information on how to probably properly deal with that. But I haven't had a chance to deal with that as of now, in 8 years of being here. Me being 8 years in the industry, and I haven't dealt with that on no side of the spectrum. Even when I was with carriers, to even with me having my own fleet, I haven't dealt with a lawsuit. So I don't know. I do know carriers that have dealt with them. I know the carrier owner personally, but I never got into like, yo, man, what happens at this stage? How deep does it get? I just know that it is headachy, if that's a real word. I just might have made one up. It is what it is. Flow with it. And I do know it is very costly, and you do have to, kind of like prove your innocence. So yeah, appreciate that though, Phil, for that super chat. So getting back into the LLC, now that we have an understanding that the LLC does not fully cover you. And I don't want people to believe like I got my LLC, I'm covered. You're not fully covered. You're not covered at all, essentially, if you're the driver of the truck and it's your LLC. Because you can get sued both ways. Okay, personally and on your LLC side. So the best way to cover yourself in a situation like this to make sure that your personal belongings, your home, your cars, your boats, all your luxury stuff that you potentially have does not get taken from you is to place an umbrella policy on that. Now, I've heard people say before that, they don't put anything in their name. They put everything in somebody else's name. So then they don't have to worry about that situation. I guess so. Me personally, that could be a sticky situation, especially if it comes down to where you and that person could be your significant other, right? And then y'all ain't vibing no more and y'all part ways, and then they want to be shady, they want to be grimy, and they can say, hey, man, it ain't your stuff. Remember, everything's in my name. So now you got to prove that, this belongs to you. And if it's in my name, then, hey, I got the upper hand. So I'm not too fond of that because I believe that if it's yours, you worked hard for it, you paid for it, it should have your name on there. And if you want to protect it, then just buy additional insurance coverages that can protect your assets, period. All right. That's my firm belief in that. Some people don't believe in that. They believe in having it under their significant other's name. So then if something does happen, if they do get sued, they can't take that property or anything of that nature. Just get an umbrella policy. All right. For $2 million, you will have to pay. I don't know what your coverage will be, but sometimes the ease of knowing that your stuff is covered to pay that extra amount of money per month to have that policy, knowing that it's there, and if anything ever happens that you can utilize it, it's worth its weight in gold, in my opinion. Okay, my opinion. All right, so back to this LLC thing. So when I first got my LLC, it was based out of the state of Missouri, right? And Prime does this for all of their incoming drivers who got their CDL from Prime, state of Missouri, because they utilize the Campus Inn for mailing address, right? So what happens is if you decide to lease from them, and once again, I'm only using them as an example because they are the only situation that I used where I had them initially created, okay? And then once I parted ways from there, then that's when I started finding out more and more in-depth things on how to properly structure a little bit better. Because once again, like I said in the beginning, I wasn't set up how I really should have been. All right. It was set up basically in favor of what they had going on, but not taking into considerations of what I had going on or what I wanted it to look like or be. All right. So I set up with them because I didn't know any better. And so it was set up through the state of Missouri. At that time, I lived in the state of North Carolina, which I still reside in North Carolina. So me being fresh and new, I didn't really quite know, didn't think, didn't quite understand, right? So I'm running with that. And for the whole entire time I was at Prime for 4 years, I want to say somewhere like that, 4.5 years, I had that LLC. Now, when it was time for me to move on from Prime and explore bigger and better options that I wanted to do, well, I thought that it was cool to keep going with that name, and which I did do. Okay, the next carrier I went over to was Jones. I used that name, On Point Logistics, LLC, as my carrying for my business, for my LLC. Well, when I finally was like, you know what, I did some research, and I was like, oh, I found out that this is based out of the state of Missouri, Missouri is wanting me to pay them taxes, state taxes, for this name. Want me to pay towards their state fees for having a small business or LLC. When I find this out, I'm like, all right, I need to move this out of Missouri to my home state. Okay, let me move this over to North Carolina. Well, North Carolina shot it down. North Carolina said, nope. This is a foreign LLC. We won't take it. Okay, it's not domesticated. They don't have an agreement with each other as far as the states go to be able to transfer one business from Missouri to North Carolina. But vice versa, if I had a business that was in North Carolina, I could transfer it into Missouri. But once again, like I said, North Carolina wasn't accepting me transferring it from Missouri to North Carolina. Some states are like this. This is why it's going to probably be very important. And I would advise each person to start. Let me get my point. Here comes a point. I would advise each person to get their LLC started in the state that you live/reside in. Okay? The reason for this is, in my situation, if you ever want to if you get it from Missouri or you get it from another state and you want to bring it over to the state where you reside at, and then you come to find out, I can't even move it. Well, I lost 4.5 years time that I put into an LLC that I had established. Gone. Lost. Okay. That's hurtful. Once again, like I said did my wife send me a super chat? Well, I'll be damned. Look at that. She done sent me a whole 99-cent super chat. Thank you, sweetheart. Look at the text message that you sent me. My phone is on Do Not Disturb. Oh, okay. I got you. Okay. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me fix this real quick. It is a payroll. So y'all, like I said, this is not scripted. I actually still work while I'm doing this. I gotta fix something on payroll real quick. No worries though. Where did her message go? 2743. Payment. I apologize about that, y'all. Few more seconds. And she just reminded me because we have 5 minutes before payroll cutoff. So it's got to kind of go through. It has to happen. Right here. Infinity Motor Group. 2743. 80. We getting back to it, y'all. Give me 1 second. I'm finishing this up right now. Real live work in the building. That's what y'all are viewing right now. Make sure my drivers get paid on time. All right. It should come back to me with my code, submit, and bada bing. What's today, Monday? Okay. Yeah. All right. It's done. It's finito. All right. I got another super chat that came through here. Let me see. I am. Send me $10. Super chat. Appreciate it. I am 1099. Do I need to create an LLC? And do I need to have my own liability insurance? All right. Appreciate that super chat. We're going to dig into this a little bit. All right. So here is my question to you. You say that you're 1099. So are you 1099 contractor, whereas as far as all expenses you're paying for out of pocket? If you are, then I would tell you, yes, you need to create an LLC, right? tell you need to create an LLC. If you are in one of those situations where you're not a like where you're responsible for the expenses, I still would tell you to, I don't know, because some people can be sole props, right? Which is basically what an LLC is anyway. We're going to talk about that a little bit too. But you could be a sole prop where you're not an LLC. So basically what you're indicating is that you're an independent contractor, that you work for self. Do you need your own liability insurance? Are you talking about liability as far as yourself, health-wise? Or are you talking about on that tractor? If you're talking about on that tractor, I believe that they should have that covered. If you're talking about the $2 million policy, like I was telling you, or the umbrella, I would definitely have that if I was any of you guys that were, if you were the driver and you are the company for said self, you need to have some type of umbrella. And I mean, if nothing more than have the umbrella to cover yourself, your personal side, to cover your house, your cars, and stuff of that nature. You don't necessarily need the umbrella to cover the LLC, because if it doesn't have any assets, it doesn't matter. So that's the purpose of wanting to have the umbrella, is to cover your assets and liquidity, like cash, capital, stuff of that nature, right? So that's a question that I think that you probably need to, if I answered it, I hope I did. Maybe I did. Just let me know. I'll check on you again. I am in the chat to see if you got around to answering that for me. It's a little confusing for me. All right, another super chat came through from my man Craig. I appreciate it. He says, what about marriage assets being in the wife's name? Can they go after her stuff if I'm the owner and driver? Good question. The only way they can go after the wife's stuff is if it is attached to like the LLC, right? Or unless your wife is the driver of the truck. If y'all are a team, then yeah, they can go after her stuff if she was the one driving. If she's not a driver at all and she's sitting at home and you have it where your wife has her own assets and you have your own assets apart, no, they can't go after her assets at all unless they were acquired in like the marriage and say like both of y'all signed off on it, right? So like if you're the primary and she's the co, or if she's the primary and you're the co, then both of y'all own that jointly, then yes, that can be considered eligible for an asset that can go up for if you're being sued, because both of you guys own it equally, somewhat is how they would probably look at it. So yeah, it's on the dock. But if it's under her name and her name only, and this was to happen, then no, she wouldn't have to forfeit her belongings at all. She doesn't have anything to do with it. Hope that answers your question, Craig. All right, so now that my wife kind of threw me off a little bit on what I need to do, what I was talking about was by transferring over from state to state. So you need to make sure that, one, I would definitely try to get an LLC in the state that I reside in. I wouldn't try to get an LLC in the state that I didn't reside in unless, here we go. Y'all get ready for another jewel? Unless you were setting up your business in a state that benefited businesses. What do you mean by this, Lo? So you got states that are beneficial for businesses to be there. That means that they don't have no state income tax on businesses. Now everybody has federal. Don't matter where you go. Won't matter what state you go into, all 50 states, you gotta have federal. All right, you're gonna pay that. But certain states don't have income tax on businesses earnings. So it's one less tax burden that you have to pay out, right? I did a video, I don't know, maybe almost a year ago, and I broke down exactly what states were best for a trucking company, being LLC, S Corp, what have you. And there was like 5 of them. Off the top of my head, one was Wyoming, Another one was Nevada. I want to say one of them is up there in the Dakotas. I want to say it's South Dakota. One of the Dakotas, South or North Dakota. Another one was, I want to say Tennessee. Tennessee. I say Nevada. I don't know if I said Nevada or not, but I know for sure 1 and 2 was Wyoming and Nevada. Okay. So if you were to create an LLC in one of those states, then what you would want to do is probably find a virtual office, right? Because in order for you to create an LLC, you have to have a mailing address for that state. How would you go about getting this mailing address? You get yourself a virtual office. So I know some of y'all gonna look at it like, oh my gosh, what's in Wyoming? Nothing, right? It is nothing in Wyoming. You got Cheyenne, you got Rawlings, but in Cheyenne, they do have virtual offices. So what does this mean? I could create an LLC in the state of Wyoming, have a virtual office that I pay for each month, $60, $70, $80, and base my company out of Wyoming. Do I have to live there? No. I don't have to live there because that's where I'm choosing to do business at. See, the problem that I fell into with Prime is that they chose where I was going to do business out of, which was Missouri. So complete difference night and day. I didn't get a chance to choose. They chose for me. And the end result was that I ended up losing 4.5 years of established business under that LLC. So back to what I was saying, because I mean, I hope y'all listening. Did y'all write that down? I mean, I literally just dropped a. I don't know what more y'all want. Okay, I don't know what more y'all want. I literally just gave y'all a bomb on 2 states that you could build an LLC out of, and they have no penalty or no state income tax towards businesses. North Carolina sucks. All right, it's like a 6.5% income tax that they want on businesses. It's ridiculous. North Carolina's ridiculous. But if I would have taken my business to Wyoming, and not on the test, like I said, once again, I technically don't have to be there, right? Because with the virtual office, how can I set this up? I pay an extra $15 a week, and they will package all of my mail that comes to that virtual office up nicely in an envelope, and they'll ship it to my house address in North Carolina. As an example, all right? And this would be for you as well. They would ship it to my house address. I get home, I open up all my mail, I see all of my bills, all of whatever offers that I'm getting, whatever. With my company being based out of Wyoming. I didn't ever go there physically. And I don't need to. Right? The only thing I need to do is make sure that I register my LLC each year. Right? With the state. Make sure everything is up to date. Pay whatever fee they want me to pay to the state for having a business, whether it's, pay us $100 every year to reestablish your business here. Okay, no problem. $100, I don't gotta pay no state income tax on a business. Pfft. Here you go. Here's your $100. No problem. I stay and I'm keeping my business here. You know what I'm saying? That's how I really get. All right, got another super chat. From my man Phil again, sends another $4.99. Thank you so much. How do you open a bank account for an out-of-state LLC? Okay, good question, Phil. Another round of applause, Phil. Ooh, we got. My moderator said we got 65 likes. I'm gonna answer Phil's question real quick because he did pay. Once I'm answering this question, we need to get the likes up. 96 people presently that I see in here. I believe and know that we can get those likes up to at least 80. Come on, man. Come on. Support. That's what we was talking about in the beginning, support. Y'all got to show support, man, or I'll just stop, right? Till y'all get y'all act together. We grown adults in here. Let's make it happen. Hit the like button. All right, so for Phil's question, how do you open a bank account for an out-of-state LLC? Well, you can get a national bank, right? So you can, there's Wells Fargo's there, I'm sure, right? Bank of America. They got one of the major chains there, I'm sure. Okay. All you got to do at that point in time is, one, you can make one single trip out there, right? Catch a flight, go out there, take your articles of organization into the bank there, right there in Cheyenne. And I'm using Cheyenne as an example. You can use Las Vegas. You can use anything, like I said, Wyoming, Nevada. Those are ones I know off the top of my head. And one of the Dakotas, I think it's South Dakota. But you can back to train of thought lost. You could fly out there one day, bring in your articles of organization, bring in whatever amount that you're going to open it up with. It's going to show on the articles of organization your virtual office address. You walk in there and say, I want to open an account. You open up a business account, drop whatever amount of money in there, blah ding, catch an Uber back over to the airport, fly back home, you're done. All right? It's that easy. It literally is that easy. That's how easy it is. All you got to do is go to the state with your articles of organization, walk into Bank of America, say, hey, I want to open up a business account. They're going to say, okay, you got your articles of organization. Yep, here it is, blah, out. All right, this is what it costs to open up the business account. All right, here it is. I'll give you $1,000. All right, Mr. Such and Such, have a great day. Thank you for doing business with us. All right, see you later. Catching your Uber, flying back home, you back home, business done. Now, I see somebody says online. It depends, because some banks are finicky. Some banks will not allow you to set up a account online, especially a business account online, when they need to see you physically. They need to see you physically. You need to bring in your articles physically. You need to bring in your ID physically. So some banks, and I would probably stretch my arms a little bit and say most banks they want you to, when you're opening a new account, you have to come into branch to do that, right? You can't do that online, because if that's the case, then anybody can just open a bank account online, right? And say they're whoever they say they are. So they're not going to do that, from what I believe. Now, if you got a certain situation, a certain bank that does do that, and they open up accounts online, you got a special situation. Banks I deal with, you got to come in, bro. Like, bring your articles and bring your face and the ID. That's how it's going. Okay. All right, did we get up to what I asked for, 80 likes? Did we get up there? Freddie says 82. Is that where we're at? Moderators, can y'all confirm this? Can y'all confirm or deny this? Are we at 82 likes? Yes, that is right, Official Willis. Most banks are. You have to do it at the branch. You got to come in. But that's a small price to you, right? Because as most people look at it, I'm looking for the write-offs, right? So that's what a lot of lease operators and owner operators like to use as their excuses. It's a write-off. So there you go. You use it for that, right? 89 likes. Okay. I thank y'all so much for getting those likes up. Glad we didn't have to resort to stopping the show, right? I hope that the show is going great here today for you guys, and you guys are taking some jewels. So just to recap on thus far what we talked about how the protection on an LLC doesn't technically protect you unless you can go out and get additional coverage like umbrellas to cover your assets, right? And then I just finished dropping you guys an atomic bomb on telling you about setting up your business or LLC in a state that does not have state taxes for businesses. Two of them that I gave you were Wyoming and Nevada. There are more out there. Simple Google search will assist you in that. Simple Google search will assist you in that. Just look up best companies to open a trucking LLC, best states to open a trucking LLC in. Google is your friend. Google will let you know, hey, this is what I found. And then from there, this is what's called doing your research, right? Doing your homework, getting your study on, bettering yourself. So back to, I lost my time with my LLC from Prime, right? With my On Point Logistics, because they wouldn't accept it in the state of North Carolina because Missouri's was looking foreign or was considered foreign to North Carolina. So I had to create a whole new name, right? Well, I like the name On Point Logistics because I thought it was dope. It was fly. It solidified, or should I say, it clarified who I was and the type of services that I wanted. On Point Logistics, right? We on point with our stuff. Well, I tried to get this name in North Carolina and it's not available. Okay. So since it's not available in North Carolina, I have to create a new one. So I come up with, what did I come up with? Because I've had a couple of LLCs, right? I think I came up with PMG. No. When did it come in place? Yeah, I came up with that PMG Logistics. No, PMG LLC, Parks Motor Group Inc. LLC, somewhere around there. I opened up I had another LLC with other people that we were supposed to be doing business together, and well, that didn't turn out too well. We all parted ways on that, and eventually that LLC basically dissolved, okay, because we did pay into reestablishing it with the state of Georgia, and it just was a debacle. All right, it was a fucking shit show. All right, nothing was being done how it should have been done. So did away with that one, which was YMG, which stood for what we was trying to establish was the YTTA Motor Group. As crazy as it was, right? We're trying to name a trucking company after a movement that we had on YouTube. You know, when I look back at it, I can laugh now because it's funny, right? But would I ever do that again? No. Okay, that's my answer to that. If you guys want to know, would I ever do that again? Absolutely not. I would not name a company that I'm trying to create an LLC after a movement. It just, because then when shit don't go right, then it's kind of like, yo, this was stupid, right? So opposed to having like PMG, which is Parks Motor Group, this solidifies my family, my legacy, hand down to my children, something that my children can look on the trucks and say, oh wow, this is named after us, Pops. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like my kids can't respect, you know, something like YMG. Let's be serious here. So then next I had another LLC where it was with a friend, and we had it as LNS Logistics. Was it LNS Logistics? I think that one didn't go anywhere either. It was an idea that we were going to do, and it didn't take off. So that LLC ended up going out too. So we didn't do anything with it. We had big plans of doing things with it, but we just never got around to it. So that went away. And now here we are with, like I said, still got PMG Logistics LLC, but also I do have, I got PMG Logistics LLC. I used to have PMG LLC, but now PMG LLC went to PMG Inc. All right. So that may bring us into our next segment, or maybe I will hold that off for another show. Basically, I took PMG LLC to PMG Inc. because of the growth. All right. And basically what Inc. became was a S Corp. And the reason why I became an S Corp because at that present time I had drivers and I needed to put myself on payroll. Yeah. All right. So I wonder, should I just leave y'all with like that? You know what I'm saying? And be like, yo, listen, part 2 to this is how I went and structured from PMG LLC to PMG Inc., which is a full-fledged S Corp. I know y'all probably like, no, give it to us now. Give us the sauce right now. Give us the sauce now. I don't know, man. Hot Cheetos, all right? Hood dude. Hot Cheetos, what I snack on. I'm just feeling like I want to get a little hot Cheeto. Y'all don't mind, do y'all? Yeah. That thing, Joe. That's how you feel. It says S Corp talk gets heavy. It needs its own episode. It does. It does, Phil. It does get heavy. Because, like, I've spoken already for an hour just about LLC, right? In S Corp, I could talk about my experience with S Corp too, because S Corp now gets into you having to put yourself on payroll. Because with an LLC, it's a pass-through. What does the pass-through mean on an LLC? That means that you can withdraw from it, from the business account, anytime that you want to spend funds, right? Pay yourself out of it, things of this nature. Well, when you become an S Corp, you have to be on payroll. Like, that is one of the requirements. You have to be on payroll. Like, as far as the payroll service, you being, taking taxes out each week for your salary. And yeah, so I have to be on payroll as the S Corp owner of that business. There's no way around it. If you don't do that, then you could lose your status and you will receive penalties and fines for you not filing properly and not correctly following what the requirements are. All right. I might have to do that for a different one because I did name this one LLC, right? So that would be me getting into talking about S Corping, right? And the difference between S Corp, C Corp, all right? Some people look at C Corp as double taxing, but C Corp does have a lot of benefits to it. But once again, C Corp, you don't technically need to even look into being a C Corp unless you are a mega carrier. I'm going to just tell you that right now. So for everybody that's thinking, like, what's the difference between S Corp, C Corp? C Corp, it don't even matter, all right? You're probably never going to get to that point where you need to even switch over to a C Corp, because then at that point you need to be having board meetings. You need to assign directors of, of departments. You're probably not going to get to that stage. At least the people that listen to my channel, or listen, let's be honest, that's like a 2% chance, right? For most people, 1% chance for you to get to that stage of being where you need to be C Corp and having to assign directors and having a director's meeting every month, and you have to record it. And I don't mean record like with like a tape recorder, but I mean like you have to jot down what was being discussed in this meeting and what was the conclusion, what was the outcome. Most of y'all are not going to ever get to that point. All right. Y'all just not going to get there. All right. Oh, another super chat came through. Let me get this one. Italian Stallion, my man, another $10 super chat. Appreciate it, man. Do you recommend ATBS for accounting and taxes? What task do you delegate and what do you do yourself? Okay. Thank you for the super chat. And I'm going to say this because, one, let me pull my band up here real quick. I want to make sure that everybody understands this part, all right? That my show is brought to you by, yeah. Let me move the comment. Hold on real quick. I'm going to come back to your comment, Italian. Yeah, this is Live with Lo. Sponsored by PMG, Parks Motor Group, Inc. All right. I am not sponsored by anybody. Okay. And nor do I bite my tongue for a situation that I don't feel is right. ATBS is garbage. I mean, they definitely get the. All right. That's my thoughts on ATBS. And it is definitely a place full of. It's a joke. Okay. ATBS is not a place that I would recommend that anybody that's in the trucking space go to have them do your books, have them do your taxes. One, if they're honest with you, they will tell you that they're not a CPA. And they're not. All they are is bookkeeping specialists. They basically keep up with your books, fill in forms for you to turn into your CPA. But then they want to charge you an astronomical amount of fucking money for them to keep up with your books. You can keep up with your books yourself. Why you need to pay them, and you're paying them to provide them with information, right? So you are giving them money for them to, you're giving them money for you to give them the information that you already have access to and you can do yourself. All they're going to do is put it on an Excel spreadsheet, write all this crap up, and then send it to you, and they're going to charge you a monthly subscription or a yearly subscription of $200, $300, $400 for them to be your bookkeeper. It's trash. ATBS is no good. I don't back them. If they were to step to me right now and ask me if I would speak highly of them, could we get you to speak about it? No, I wouldn't. We dealt with them before. You can find a local bookkeeper in your area. Matter of fact, you could probably find your CPA that you use. Ask them, you'll throw them a couple of dollars, and they would probably keep your books for you yourself. This way, it makes it easier on them at tax time because they got everything already for you. So technically, you don't have to, have a separate bookkeeper from your CPA. You just utilize them. Pay them a couple extra dollars to be your bookkeeper as well. Bada bing, bada boom. But ATBS is not a CPA. All they are is a bookkeeping service, and they're going to charge you hundreds of dollars to do that. Not worth it. Not worth it. All right. So, in my opinion, ATBS, once again, gets the big. Don't advise it. You do what you want. Do what you like. Do what you please. I just don't advise it. Okay? That's me personally. Appreciate that super chat, though, man. Thank you. So we were talking about the S Corp, right? And we're going to save that. We're going to park that portion of the show for, I'm going to tease y'all. We're going to move that portion of the show to Wednesday. How y'all feel about that? Can I get a round of applause for that? We're going to park that part for Wednesday. I got to get y'all gotta stay tuned, right? You got to keep it locked to the Trucking with Loshawn Parks podcast show. Like, I cannot give y'all all the drip in one day, all right? One being that I need y'all to make sure that if you're new around here that you hit the subscribe button. Make sure that you like, share, comment, interact with the channel. Because look, my wife sent me at least 100 titles today of videos. I looked over all of them. I was like, I could speak about all that. And they some good titles, man. And some good conversation pieces. I can speak about every single one of them titles that she sent me. She sent me like 100. And I can speak about anything that you guys would like me to speak about. Make sure that, once again, if you're watching this on the replay, leave a comment down below. Let me know a topic that you would like for me to speak about. Please don't come with no foolishness. I'm not speaking about stupidity. All right? Class is in session. If you drop your books, you lose your lesson. All right. So that's how I rock over here. But I'll be willing to take some of y'all suggestions just when the video renders. Leave it down in the comment section. Hey, Lo, I like to hear you. Can you talk about this? Hey, Lo, can you make a video about this? Make a video about that. Do a podcast show about this. Think it'd be intriguing. I need to know some more of that information. But that's what these podcasts are. Like I told y'all in the beginning, I don't make this according to YouTube, this is terrible. It's too long. That's how YouTube views it. It's too long. Shorter content. 15, 20-minute videos, please. 2 hours, come on. Nah, we're not going to push that in front of millions of people to watch. Like, they probably won't stay longer than 15 minutes. I get it. So this is more so for those that are here, that are watching live, that can interact in the chat, that can send in comments, can send in super chats for me to answer their questions. And then, when I open the lineup, I'm about to open the lineup here in a minute. Stand by. We're going to open the lineup. Y'all can click the link, call in with any questions that you have regarding an LLC. Once again, there is plenty on that LLC I could touch, but I touched the part that is important to you guys. I basically told you guys to get yourself, if you're going to get the LLC, get yourself some additional coverages, right, to cover your assets if you have them, okay, even to the point if you're an owner-operator, right? So this is another thing we could touch on. If you're an owner-operator and you own your truck and you are the LLC for that truck, let's say that you're leased on the Landstar, and that's your truck that you own, and you're the driver of it, your truck is an asset, all right? Because you got a title to it. It has value. Don't know how good the resale value is, but it has value. This is where you may want to get an umbrella policy over your truck, right? Your LLC, because you have assets that's tied into it. Or some of you guys will go and get cars off of your LLC because you will utilize it as a business car, right? So that means basically you need to advertise on that car, okay? You can't go and get the freaking Tahoe and don't throw no wrap on there and just drive it around and baby mama and baby Buki and all that is just driving it around everywhere they go. That ain't gonna work. You ain't gonna be able to write the car off, right? Now that becomes a personal thing. But if you're driving that car, writing down the mileage on that car everywhere it goes, anytime it gets fuel, keeping the fuel receipts. And here's another thing. Put a wrap on that car. Advertising your business. Parks Motor Group, Inc. Now hiring CDL drivers. 1 year experience. Put a wrap on it. Give us a call. Blah, 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 blah. That is a company vehicle. That is something that can be wrote off. You can write off that payment each week or month, however it is. Or if you bought the car outright, it's an asset, right? So now you want to kind of like, that's under your business. Bada bing, bada boom. So this is where the umbrellas come into play at. Right? Also, like I said, told you guys about 2 states that you should probably, if you haven't already moved your LLC or you were considering moving your LLC to get away from, paying additional taxes. These are 2 states that are great: Wyoming, Nevada. Right? And then we talked about what else I spoke about on the LLC. I feel like I said something else. I can't remember, but I've dropped plenty of jewels today as far as the LLC goes and the proper structure of it. Make sure that whatever state it's in, that if you want to keep it in the state that you live in, to make sure that the state, if you do move it, will accept it. For a lot of you guys that are at Prime, just know that, find out if your state will accept Missouri's, because that's where you're going to sign up for an LLC at. Unless you sign up for an LLC outside of Prime and you bring it to Prime, then you won't have to worry about that. But mostly what Prime is going to do is try to push you into them setting you up with an LLC. They're going to make it all mushy, right? They're going to, oh, don't worry, we'll take out your first settlement. You ain't got to pay nothing right now. You good. And you're going to be a little young Thundercat. You're going to be like, all right, there ain't no money out of my pocket, so I'm going to run with it. And then that's where they got you in that goddamn bear trap. Hey, that's where they got you in that bear trap. I got my LLC on my pickup truck. That's good. It's advertisement. You can write that off. If you form the business as an S Corp from jump, do you recommend dissolving the business? All right. So see, like, this is taking me into speaking about S Corp, right? Now, you could be an LLC and file as an S Corp status at the end of the year on your taxes. All right. So you don't have to be a full-fledged S Corp. All right. You can file as S Corp status if your CPA knows what they're doing. They're good at what they do. They can file you as an S Corp status. All right. Technically, what this would need to indicate is that you made over $75,000 net for the year. No, not gross. Because I know most of y'all going to go off of gross numbers. I know y'all will. Every time y'all sit here and talk about y'all six-figure cats, y'all all talking about y'all six-figure cats off of grossing. Like, let's be honest here. You're not a six-figure person. A six-figure person is somebody who makes six figures after all expenses are deducted and what they have to pay net taxes in. That's six figures. Not what you grossed. Because if it was up to y'all, all y'all six figures, right? Shit. A lot of people six figures. If you leave it up, if you want to be talking about a gross number here, but not everybody is six figures on a net, meaning what they're actually taking home, what they're keeping, what Uncle Sam is taxing them on. Because Uncle Sam is only going to tax you on what you bring home, what you make. He ain't taxing you on your gross. And some of y'all think that y'all are six figures and y'all made it. And y'all claim y'all six figures and y'all not six-figure people. Y'all ain't. Right? You're still five figures. That's the reality. Super chat came in from my man Sean John, $5 super chat. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. Nah, dude. All right, my man Italian Stallion has another one. Another $5 super chat. Appreciate that. All right, he says, are trucking companies exempt from sales tax? Landstar and Mercer allow you to buy tires with no sales tax in certain states. Well, this is the deal, right? Certain states don't have sales tax. Certain states do. So, nah, they're not exempt. It's just if you go to a state that has no sales tax, then there's no sales tax, right? Florida, Tennessee, y'all name them. I mean, y'all know where the sales tax is. Texas, no sales tax. So if you're getting tires from those places, especially down in Texas, right? Isn't that where Landstar is based at? So yeah, anything down there in Texas, and they send you right up to the shop from their terminal. Yeah, of course, there ain't gonna be no taxes on that. It's no sales tax in Texas. But if you bring your happy self up here to North Carolina and you get some tires, you can believe there's going to be some sales tax right on that bill. Know it. There's going to be some sales tax on that bill. New Hampshire, no sales tax. There you go. There's some states that have no sales tax. But majority of the states have sales tax. Okay. I think like Delaware is another one. They got some states with no sales tax. But it literally, you probably can count on two hands how many states have sales tax. I mean, that don't have sales tax, excuse me. So that means that out of 50 states, 10 of them don't have sales tax. That means 40 of them do. You know what I'm saying? So, like, bro, that's only like 20% that don't have sales tax, man. So, you know, you still kind of like losing. That's how that goes. But I appreciate the $5 though, Italian Stallion, man. You doing your thing today, man. I definitely gotta give you a round of applause, man. We might have to get. Let's give him the rocket, bro. He might have to get the incoming. I want to say because Italian Stallion done sent me like $25 altogether, and everybody else that sends me a super chat, man. I appreciate that, man. That shows loyalty. That shows that you appreciate the content that I put out, and that's what keeps me driving. That's what keeps me going, is seeing that I'm able to help people, or that people are gravitating to this and they're able to utilize it, right? Because if you're not able to utilize it and it isn't appreciated, then those type of things tend to go away. And then when they go away, then how are you, bettering yourself? You're not. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to appreciate the ones that are still giving it to you guys, giving them their flowers while they can still smell them, showing them support while they can still see it. Let's see. I'm glancing through here right now. Landstar based out of Jacksonville. I thought they was based out of Texas. It's the whole point of the Star, bro. They might have a terminal in Jacksonville. Are they based out of Jacksonville? I thought they was out of Texas. I could have sworn I heard that somewhere that they were out of Texas. Mario, I don't know about that, man. I'm gonna need you to confirm that. Matter of fact, I probably can confirm it. You know what? Let's share the screen. Forget it. That's how we do. We do fact checks. Let's do an entire screen share. All right. Add that, and let's pull me out. All right, let's do a whole fact check. Oh, this is a piece right here that I want to show you guys. All right, so, man. So you can sign up for your own LLC. I don't know if you guys know that. All you got to do is go to the Secretary of State for whatever state it is, right? And you'll see these up here where you got LegalZoom, which, you guys can choose to go through LegalZoom. There's cheaper alternatives out there. Get with Mario Caldwell down there in the chat, one of my moderators, my dog, if he's wanting to share that place where you can get it for cheaper than LegalZoom. He definitely shared that with me. Hey, Shay, that's on him. Mario might drop it down there anyway. I mean, hey. But anywho, my wife told me shut up. She didn't want that drip to get out there. But Mario, I've seen Mario actually post about that in several chats in other people's streams. So I wouldn't be surprised if Mario would have jumped in when I said LegalZoom. Hello, you could get it cheaper at so I'm saying, I just throw it out there now. But this is how you would do it. So right here, this is the Secretary of State for North Carolina. So we'll just go through Secretary of State for North Carolina. All right. So starting a new business. This looks like, well, I guess we could have clicked on that, but I'm sure that you can go up here. I want to, let's see. So then you just find things in here that you're looking for, searching for business. See businesses. So over here, when you go to your Secretary of State, you go to start a business. I got it, Shay. Thank you. We need to really plug Shay in, and she needs to be the second voice of the show because she got a whole lot to say. Likes to say a lot in the background. Nah. Bring that to the forefront. And this is how you do it. So I'm sorry. Launching a North Carolina business. All right. So you'll go to choose a business structure. And this is where I was saying, like, you could, choose what structure you want to be. And this is where you can be a business corporation, nonprofit corporation, limited liability company, which is the LLC, partnership. I don't advise. I just said, I don't advise that anybody become a partner with anybody, okay? If you got a business, create the business and you be 100% owner of it, all right? Don't get into partnerships with business. 9 times out of 10, it doesn't work out, okay? Just trust me on that. All right, professional entities, entity comparison chart. So it's that easy. You come over here, you say, I'm going to do this. Click on this, you read, what it has here. Please take this customer service satisfaction survey. No, not interested in that. And then you just go on and keep on reading here. And it tells you what you need to do. Creation and organizational documents. Okay. Management, limited liability companies. Limited liability characteristics. All right. And then you go right here. Limited liability forms. You print out the forms, right, that you got here, articles of organization. It'll tell you how much it is a year. For North Carolina, it's $125 a year to renew your article of organizations. Man, I am so all over the place with my words today. It's terrible. You also have articles of organization, LLC, conversion of a business entity. So this is what I did. So I had to convert my business, my LLC, over from an LLC to an S Corp. So this would be this is the form when you ready to convert over your LLC to an S Corp. This is what you would fill out. All right. And as you can see there, the fees is here, at least for North Carolina. This might not be the situation for all states, but once again, we're just running through this. Okay. So then you would print out these forms, fill them out, send in a $125 money order, or if they have the option to pay online, then you could pay online with your debit card, credit card, and submit these forms. They may even have it where you can submit these forms online, and then bada bing, bada boom. You can, with North Carolina, you can. So you could submit this online, send in your money, pay online or whatever, or as you can see right there, online filing. And then there you go, okay? It doesn't cost you any money outside of the initial startup one right there, like I said, of $125. Now, if you go to like some of these other places like LegalZoom and some of the other third-party ones, they're going to want to charge you because for the fact that you, lack of better words, you're being lazy, right? You can go ahead and do this all yourself and only spend $125, or you can use the third-party places and they might want to charge you $500. Okay. Once you get the articles of organization, then you can just go to irs.org and go on there and click to get yourself an EIN number. Matter of fact, let's see if we can, let's go through it. Okay. irs.org. Is this right? It's probably Gov, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I'm thinking we in Charlotte. Everything in Charlotte is .org. But we're going to Gov, though. We're going to the Gov. All right, so when we come here, we can just probably search EIN, see if that pulls up something. And here you go. Right? Apply for an employer identification number, EIN online. Bing! You just click on that right there. And then there you go. You know, steps 1, this tells you determine your eligibility. Step 2, understanding the online application. Step 3, submit your application. Apply online. It's absolutely free to get an EIN number. Costs you nothing. All right. So if you got about 30 minutes to an hour, which you should, we're talking about you creating your own business, right? So take the responsibility of putting in some legwork, some time work. You can get your articles and your EIN number, well, for the state of North Carolina, for $125 all the way around, right? Or whatever state you're in. Once again, you just go to your Secretary of State for whatever state it is and sign up. Get it established. Now, before you do that, make sure that you do have a physical address. So like I was telling you guys, if you guys wanted to go and get Wyoming or Nevada, the first thing you're going to want to do is let's open up another tab here. Like, damn it, this man is teaching. All right, so we would go here to Google and we would just put up virtual offices in Wyoming. There we go. Virtual offices in Wyoming. I'll click on this right there. Virtual offices in Wyoming. Run your business remotely. You got DaVinci, which is who I use. DaVinci virtual offices. You can use them. All right. So and look, they say it's starting at $49. Thousands of virtual offices, locations worldwide. So now that we're here, we're going to try to find a virtual office in, why is all of these names up here? Yuck. All right, let's go Wyoming. What the fuck? That was weird. All right, so here's a virtual office right here. Foothills Professional Plaza, 5830 East 2nd Street, Casper, Wyoming, 82609. $100 a month. Look at that. Bada bing, bada boom. You click that, you go to DaVinci. See, I'm going to show you. Click on this. And there you go. Look at that there. What you know there? What do you know there? It tells you all what's available there. Okay, you can have add-ons. You guys can see mail scanning, registered agent annual fee, mail forwarding. See, $100 a month. You could forward your mail right there to your home address. Bada bing, bada boom. So it would be $200 a month for this right here. For this suite, to reserve your virtual office at this address right there in Wyoming. You once you get your agreement with them with what suite number you're in, then that's when you go back to your Secretary of State, sign up, put in the address, then you go and get your EIN number, sign up, and bada bing, bada boom. It's easy as pie. That's how you do it. I literally just went through. I wonder if my volume's too high. Y'all tell me my mic was right. My mic better not be high, y'all. Sound like it's spiking. At least when I heard it on Shay's phone in the background, sound like it was spiking. But let's see. Let's see if they got some additional ones. It don't matter. This is it. That's all you need right here, right? You don't need to go no further. You looked up one that was in Wyoming. Bada bing, bada boom. That's all I need. I don't care where Casper is at. I probably will. The only time I'm gonna visit it, like I told you, and then I don't even have to go to Casper. I can go to any state in Wyoming, go open up a business account. I can go fly into Cheyenne, hop on an Uber, go over to Bank of America, open up the business bank account, say, here's my articles. My bank, my business is in Casper, Wyoming. It's in the state, so they're cool with it. And you're done. Fly back out of there. That's pretty much how it works. I'm sure of it. Or if not, you can always call the number here for DaVinci, 877-419-5045. I'm not sponsored by them either, but I do use them for my virtual offices. So, yeah. All right. That's how you do it. Okay. Or if if you're looking for a specific area, like you right here, Cheyenne, you got Opus Virtual Offices. I mean, they got a 2-star rating. I don't know how good that's going to be. But, yeah. And then you also got Executive Suites downtown right here. You could, call them up. You got options, right? And that's what we all like, is to have a couple of options. So, they also got Regis. Well, I don't know if Regis has any virtual offices in Wyoming, but we know for sure because we just looked at one that DaVinci does have one. Okay. And there you go. Virtual offices in Wyoming. That's what I did. Now you could probably look up maybe the city, let's see, virtual offices in Cheyenne. Wyoming virtual offices, mail handling, live receptionist services. All right, so I don't know. I've never used these guys, but let's just click on them and see what they got to offer. Hey, look, well, everybody shares this damn same office, don't they? Look, and they got it for cheaper. What's the name was trying to sell it for $100, but they did have a thing on there on DaVinci that said that they do have a cheaper rate on it. But $84. Everybody here at this East 2nd Casper Street, or Casper, or East 2nd Street, I should say, in Casper, Wyoming, seems to be the only damn virtual office, huh? But what difference do it make? Your mail goes there, and then it gets forwarded over to you. So, what do they have here? They gave them 2 stars. This one is at 1712 Pioneer Avenue, Cheyenne. Okay, so you got one right here. At the end of the day, who really cares how many stars it really gets, right? Because it's not like you're going to be in there holding freaking meetings. All right? You only need it to establish your business in that state and for them to forward your mail to you. So who cares if the tables are all knocked over? I don't care if they're all chipped up. Who cares? Just, forward my mail. So this is an option too. It looks like through Opus VO. So Opus Virtual Offices is what it stands for, the VO.com. Just a little bit of research, people. Just a little bit of research. That's it. Yeah. All right, let me come back to my StreamYard. All right, remove that. Get that up out of here. Was that valuable for y'all? I mean, can I get a round of applause for myself? Hot Cheeto. LaVon Woods. We talked about this already. You don't need to fly into a state to open an account. To open a business account is completely different, my man. It depends on where you're trying to do your business account at. Now, if you're trying to go and do a business account with JoJo down the street banking, don't be surprised when you go on your account and all your money's gone, right? They didn't shut shop down. They're not FDIC certified. Most major banks, Wells Fargo's, Bank of America's, national account banks, you're going to need to come in with your articles of organization, with your license. You're not going to be able to sign up for a business account with Bank of America if you don't show yourself present. How I know? Because I tried to get it. I had a business bank account with Bank of America, and I had to come to Bank of America personally. They wasn't allowing me to sign up for a business account online. Now, once again, we're not talking about a personal checking. We're not talking about a personal savings. We're talking about a business bank account. And that's another key point here, okay, that some of y'all are failing and lacking at. When you have a business, you want to have a business bank account. Stop having a personal account and you guys are sending all your money from the LLC into a personal account. One, no company, no carrier should be paying an LLC to a personal. It just shouldn't happen that way, okay? It should be business to business. And some of y'all are putting down your personal banking account information, and y'all wondering, like, if anything was to ever happen to you, they could seize that account up. Now they've locked up your personal account because it's tied into your business. Like, come on. And that's another thing that we will talk about on Wednesday is the difference in an S Corp and an LLC is that it separates you from the business personally. And as an LLC, you're not separated from your business personally. That's one of the major differences. Hey, like I said, if that's the case, then I'll pull it back up here. He says, all you need is your LLC docs. You can go into any branch. That's what I mean. Hey, I don't know. I know that and I can tell you this situation too. I ran into this, right? Which this happened to me. Now, with you, it could be different. I was in Texas. Okay? I was in Texas. And I wanted to open up an account, a new account, but I lived in North Carolina. And I was in Texas. My bank was with BB&T. I went to a BB&T in Texas. And guess what that BB&T in Texas told me? They can't open the account up in Texas. I have to go back to North Carolina and have North Carolina open it. So they told me. I went into a branch in Texas, wanted to open an additional account, business account. They told me I could not open the account in Texas because my documents stated that my business was in North Carolina. I would have to go to North Carolina, BB&T, and open my business account. I'm just saying. Once again, everything that I tell y'all is that I tell y'all this because I've experienced it. I don't tell y'all this off of me guesstimating, off of me thinking, off of me being told this by somebody. Like, I've ran into these situations. Is BB&T which is now Truist, but is BB&T now Truist a major national bank? I would probably say not, but it is I-35 East. It's that way, right? It's known. So if that was, and it is an FDIC approved bank. So if that was the case, I don't know. Like I said, I went into Bank of America, and Bank of America told me that I have to come in. I could not do it like online, and I couldn't be out of state. But that's just my situation. Doesn't mean that, and every bank may be different. I don't know. But whatever bank you're choosing to use, just check with them, I guess. Walk into your local branch in your area and bring in your articles of organization and have them say Wyoming on there and ask them, hey, can I open up a business bank account here for Wyoming? They'll let you know, like, yay or nay. You know what I'm saying? If they tell you no, then I guess you know what you got to do. You got to take a flight. So, yeah. All right. We might as well not even. Should I even open the lines? Like, I don't even feel like opening the lines today. We ain't even gonna open the lines tonight. Fuck it. No lines open. It ain't got nothing but 20 minutes left anyway. I got 19 minutes. Let me remove this. Stop that screen. Mario, what you down there talking about? What you got, BB&T? And see, you say you bank. You talking about you bank with them? I signed my biz account paperwork in Texas. They wouldn't allow me to open an account. If you talking about with BB&T, I was right there in Houston, right over there near that truck stop. That's on the whatever that loop, the 610 loop, I think, or whatever loop it is. I was over there at that truck stop, and right down the street from there is a BB&T. I went there because I wanted to open up an additional account. I already had a business account in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I was in Texas. I went there, had my articles, all that. They wouldn't do it. They said that with Texas, you have to, maybe with Texas or whatever, who knows, but they're in Texas, that they wouldn't open up me a business account unless my articles, my address was stated for Texas. Period. That was it. They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't pass it. Period. So I don't know. Hey, maybe everybody's different. That was just my experience. $10 super chat came through from my man Freddie. He says, thanks for the info and very true on the business account thing. I had to go in to open up mine, even though I had a personal account with my credit union. Yeah, that's a fact, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm not telling people off of assumption. I'm telling people off of real life shit that I've encountered. You know what I mean? Like, this is what happened. Okay. Now, did it happen that way because I'm Loshawn? Please. I doubt it, right? So, what's going on with my camera? Focus. But yeah, that's just the experience that I dealt with. Same way as you have. I appreciate the super chat. Another super chat came through from Official Willis, $4.99. Says, can your mailing address be separate from your business address? Yes, that's the whole purpose of a virtual office. And some people would even look at it as it should be, right? If you're trying to structure yourself properly, that you really shouldn't want to put your business as where you lay your head at, right? As your house address. Why? Because when it starts coming down to trying to get funding and stuff like that, people, underwriters will look to see what address your business is under. And if it pops up as a home address, that could be an automatic disqualification for a lot of, underwriters. They want to see you got a business, you're trying to get a business loan. They want to see like you properly set up, you know what I mean, at a virtual office or somewhere where it looks like a place of business is being done. If they click on it and they see that it's the trap house, you're probably not getting no loan. And that's probably the reason why they ain't call you back. You know what I mean? If you're wondering like, yo, I put it in a loan, man, what happened, man? They ain't hit me back yet. It's probably because you got the trap house, the bendo, as the spot of where your trucking company is out of. And that's not going to fly. It's just not going to fly. All right? So the whole purpose of that, too, is you want to be established to where you look like a real business. Right? So what does this mean? This means for y'all to stop using a freaking Gmail account as y'all freaking source of communication. Oh, it's JoJo's LLC at gmail.com. Like, that ain't gonna work. That's a joke. They'll look at you as a clown, okay? What y'all need to do is y'all need to get a real domain name, create a website, get a real email address with it's info, like for instance, ours, info@driveforpmg.com. It isn't we don't solicit info@driveforpmg at gmail.com. Like, what are we doing here? Well, what kind of crap is this? And another thing is you want to establish a phone number. You can get a 800 number for $10 a month, something like that. You get like a little 800 number that is established that is connected to your business. So see, if you just go get loans and stuff like this for business loans, all of this is connected. So then when you're presenting yourself, your packet to them, everything is going to be verifiable and it's going to look good. And they're going to be like, oh yeah, this is a legit business. Guy's good for a loan. All right, and they're going to sign off on it. So keep those key things in mind. All right. You run a business, you want to look like a business. You don't want to look like a trap house. You don't want to look like somebody who just came off the block and got an LLC. All right. I mean, we see that all the time on social media and with people out here where they create an LLC and then they think that they're in business and then your business is a joke. Like, nobody takes it serious. Not even you. Next one, another super chat from Italian Stallion. My man is on fire today with the super chats. I appreciate it. It says, Citizens Bank let me open my LLC account in, is that Maine? Or is that Mass? I don't know. My LLC is based in South Dakota. Okay, Citizens Bank might be for the win. Appreciate that super chat. Yep, that might be for the win. Now, here's the problem. Is there a Citizens Bank in Wyoming? I mean, or in the state that you're establishing your LLC at? That's another thing you got to keep in mind, right? I'm just saying. The thing is that you want to try and not create red flags. And this is what I'm trying to give y'all. Is not to create red flags for IRS to start looking in your shit. Right? A bad day is when IRS hits you up and they want to start looking through your shit. They want to start opening your books up. They want to start seeing how you were structured. They want to see where you at. How much did you pay to this? How much did you pay to that? That ain't what you want. Ain't y'all seen Ami and the Hellcat? Like, I mean, was that enough? Ami and the Hellcat should have been enough to make everybody realize, like, yo, it's time to get our business together and stop the bullshit. Like, this dude is about to get indicted from something that he did 2 years ago because he didn't do it right. Right? So, like, we got to be smart about this shit. And some of y'all not being smart about it. Some of y'all winging the shit, man. Like, for real. Y'all winging it. Just playing it by ear. Hoping for the best. But the worst outcome is coming. So, yeah, they ate him up. I agree. He is a clown. But, I mean, it could have been avoided. I think everything could have been avoided in his situation. He would have just slowed down, handled his paperwork right, understood what he was getting into, understood the proper way of structuring it, all of that. So, tis what it is. All right, so I'm looking through y'all through the chat. We got about 10 more minutes left before we're going to get ready to riggedy wrap it up. You do private consultations at all on website? Need about 30 minutes. Good question, because let me bring this up. I was asked this question by you, actually. I remember because the dog, the picture of the dog. I do not do consultations anymore. I used to do consultations. I don't do it anymore. Simply, I do not have the time. All right. I have the time to do this because I schedule this. Right. But no, consultations are not something that I do any longer. That is what this is about here. Whenever I do these podcast shows, is for you guys to come in and interact with me, ask me your questions, and get your answers here. Okay. The best way to get my attention is to super chat, or you can become a member of the channel. And then I can, the perk of being a member of the channel is that you get to ask unlimited questions and you get unlimited answers from me. Right. Or you can just submit super chats and get all the questions answered that you want. within them soup chats. But no, I don't do consultations anymore. What else y'all got, man? While y'all thinking about it, let's go back to our motivation for the day. I told y'all I could listen to this all day. And so should y'all.
If my man's with me from day one and he supported me when nobody else did, I'm going to make sure that anytime he ever around me, he never going to go without. What the fuck do I look like treating my brother like something he ain't ever seen before because we out in front of people we don't even know? If I'm out of the restaurant and I'm ordering steak, I'm not about to let my mans order chicken fingers because of his situation. That's lame. I'm never going to outshine my brothers. If we ever together, nobody going to know who the man is. That's how shit should be. That's what loyalty look like to me.
Oh, man. I mean, Jesus. Yo, listen. I mean, if y'all can't watch that like 100 times, your whole perspective is whack. I'm just saying, like, your whole perspective is whack. What is my wife on here talking about? Already don't, that it's time consuming. Yes. Okay. Why don't you set up time slots and you charge depending on your times? Because my time is very, very valuable, right? My kids play football. I'm trying to be on the football coaching staff, all right? On top of that, I run a fleet of 12 trucks, right? I bowl on Tuesday nights. I got young kids, a wife. Like, this is I have enough already on my plate. And then to the point where in a 24-hour period, I still do not get a lot of stuff done. There's a lot of stuff around the house that I need to be working on that I haven't been able to put hands on. Like, for instance, my studio that I'm in right now, I'm supposed to be decorating this up, getting rid of this green screen because my studio is done. They've already built the wall and all this, and I'm supposed to be getting rid of this green screen and using straight wall. I haven't even set that up yet, right? Because I just don't have a lot of time. And to factor in doing consultations, and I can't do it, man. It's too much. Oh, appreciate that, Freddie. 113 likes. Hey, listen, I dare y'all to get that thing up to 125 before we leave. I dare y'all to get up to 125. I think y'all could do it. Prove me right. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I say I think y'all could do it. I wonder, can y'all do it, though? What else y'all in here talking about? Why not let consultations be live answers? Yeah, well, that's what it is. I mean, that's what it is, Mario. That's why I say when I do my show, you come in and you ask your question, right? So today we didn't open the lineup, but tomorrow, Wednesday we'll open the lineup. You're free to call in, right? Ask your questions, all this other stuff. You could ask it live, okay? When we get to the point like right now where I'm done talking about LLC. Now I'm just chopping it up with you guys in the comment section for the next 5 minutes, and then the show will be over. But no, I'm not doing no phone consultations. Like, I'm not about that life. I used to do them. It was time consuming, and yeah, I didn't have time for it. So that's the reason why. B Smooth, you a fool, man. B Smooth says no poker consultations. B Smooth, man, listen, this is the best consultation I can give you for poker. Just push your chips all in, bro. Fuck it. Right? Push your chips all in and just turn the cards up. Fuck it, man. Whoever win at the end got the best hand, ship the chips. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's the best way to play poker, bro. Just fuck it. I'm all in. You know, he gonna say he all in, and he gonna say he all in. We all in. Fuck it. Turn the cards up, bro. Dilla, run it out, Dilla. Who won? All right. Oh, I did. Ship all the chips over here. Cash me out, bro. That's the best way to play it, man. Just fuck it. I'm all in, bro. Whatever. All right. Shit. The Can't stop y'all from calling me no way. So whatever, all in. Y'all gonna call that too anyway. So hey, we might as well make it count. Make all your money go in the pot. Fuck it. Another $2. Another super chat from my man Official Willis 299. It says, "I want all the smoke and bowling." No, you don't. All right, don't do that to yourself, bro. All right, you'll be out here looking like a full-fledged.
I'm a clown. I'm a clown. I'm a clown.
It'll be an epic fail for you, just like that. Okay, you don't want all the smoke, bro. I bowl like for real. Like I'm in league. Like I got freaking right over there. It's like 8 balls. Pause. But nah, this ain't the problems you want, bro. I can tell you right now, if you ain't averaging over 200 a game, this ain't the smoke you want, bro. Okay, just go on down that way. Go hang out with the kiddie pool over there. Put up the bumpers. Okay, over here you talking about big boy bowling. All right, yeah, low nights like that with the bowling. All right, and that's what it do. Matter of fact, I got to bowl tomorrow. That's why I don't do a show on Tuesday, because I bowl on Tuesdays, bro. I appreciate the super chat though, Willis. But this ain't the action you want, bro. This ain't what you want. You might think this is what you want, but this ain't what you want, bro. Okay, this ain't what you're looking for. Let's see. Agent and LLC only matters when you have an active credit profile. Otherwise, it's just sitting there, not attaining value. That is so true, Phil. I gotta give you a round of applause on that one. That's a fact. Phil is right about that. Some of y'all actually will try to go and do this. Oh, let me go get an LLC, man. Let it gain years, but you ain't got nothing underneath it, so it's really stupid. I mean, just being honest, it's stupid. Load them bowling balls way the same as you, bro. Mario, any of y'all that want to smoke, bro, like Charlotte, North Carolina, slide through whenever you got to take your little break, 10-hour break or whatever, slide through. I'll come scoop you. I'll take you over there. Hey, listen, we ain't bowling for fun, though. All right? We're not bowling for fun. I'm going to need you. We're going to have to put up some ducks. All right? You're going to have to put up some money to get this work, to get this smoke. All right? We talking about $500 a game, 3 games. That's $1,500 you can walk up out of here with. All right, or either I'm gonna walk out with your 15. That's how we playing, bro. All right, that's how nice I am. I ain't rolling unless you holding the dough up, bro. That's it. Hey, what we talking about, bro? Cause y'all don't want the smoke. That's all I can tell y'all. Just hold all of it, or if you in Charlotte, just slide through $500 a game, and we can get it in. All right. $500 a game, you got it, big dog. I just feel you can slide through. All of y'all. Y'all can come and get this work. I don't need no practice. I let y'all warm up all that. I go in straight out the bag. Bow. It's over. That's how I am. Straight out the bag. All right. I don't need no warm ups, right? Nothing. Anyway, listen, man. We had a fantastic show today. Hope that you guys were able to learn something. Hope you guys were able to understand about an LLC. Hope I was able to provide some good advice as far as structuring it, some good places for you to structure it at, and some things for you to get to cover, an umbrella to cover the structuring of it. It's all about structuring. Wednesday, we will talk about how I structured my trucking S Corp, right? How I went from an LLC to an S Corp. That's what we'll talk about. How I went from an LLC to an S Corp. On Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, man. It's a great show. I appreciated y'all's. Each and every one of y'all's. And yeah, till Wednesday, man. I was lost in thought there. I'm sorry. She was a little crazy. Until Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure that on your way out that you do hit the like button, share. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. Make sure that you hit the bell so you get notifications of when I go live. And make sure that if you're watching this on the replay, to leave a comment. Okay, I would appreciate that. Leave advice as far as videos you would like to see. That's what it's all about, man. Interacting. That's what these podcast shows are about, is interacting. If I'm not getting the energy or the interaction from you guys, then I'm not going to do them. And I can just simply go back to doing 15, 10-minute videos on the mic, pre-recorded, and just putting those out there. All right. So show me that you appreciate it by sharing it, subscribing to the channel, hitting the bell so you get notifications, leaving comments, also liking, all that. You know all the jazz. Appreciate that, man. So much. And until Wednesday, y'all stay safe. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do, like Beyonce. And as always, winners focus on winning, and the losers, they focus on winners. And we're winning all day right here, Trucking with Loshawn Parks. Salute.
Thank you for listening to the Trucking with Loshawn Parks podcast show. Be sure to like, share, and hit that subscribe. And don't forget to follow us on IG at Loshawn Parks and Facebook Loshawn Parks. Until next episode, keep it trucking.